More than a decade ago, the Maryland General Assembly decided that slots were such a controversial issue that the decision on whether to expand gambling was left to voters. Ever since then, anytime there's a change to gambling law in the state, it must go to referendum. Now, another ballot question seeks to expand gambling to sports. Nancy Sarang with the League of Women Voters explains how Question 2 would add sports betting in Maryland.
From the beginning, voters were told that the profits from gambling would go towards education. However, until we passed another constitutional amendment, the money that was raised by gambling was used to supplant money for education rather than supplement it. So there's education formulas out there that determine how much money needs to be spent on schools, right? And everybody thought that when gambling came in, that the schools would get even more money. What it did was the gambling revenue was used instead of general fund revenue to meet the formulas. However, there was so much concern about that another constitutional amendment was passed that gradually phased in the idea that revenue earned through gambling would be in addition to any formula required funding that the general fund already has to pay for.
The referendum does little to explain how sports betting would be implemented. A bill addressing that issue was under consideration in the 2020 legislative session just as the pandemic hit. The measure quickly and unanimously passed the Senate without discussion. Lawmakers then called for the current referendum to go to voters before the session was cut short.